Yo, what is going on, everyone? Max here. Today I've got an updated video referring to the Twitter post I made of all of my goals for 2026. Decided I'm going to make this video and stick to all of these goals. Go ahead, boot up Brilliant Diamond here, and let's get to talking. The biggest change I'm going to be making is playing generations 1 through 9 on as much original hardware as possible. I don't have the GBA games, but I do have a 3DS which is modded, so I can try and play as many of those that way. That being said, I'm going to make a living dex in both versions of the game, or if like Crystal or Generation 2, there's 3 games. I'm going to be playing every single version, catching every version exclusive, and creating a full-on living dex from original hardware, quote unquote. I'll get into the air quotes in a bit, but I'm going to try and transfer all of those into Pokemon Home. That way they are from their original game. Something I do very much want to do is continue to shiny hunt. Obviously, that's kind of what I started this channel as. We've got an ongoing series now where I am trying to at least showcase shiny Pokemon, you know, with my Ditto and the Pachirisu, which you guys can see in the top right corner there. I did do, yeah, I was just making sure my overlay was good, and it is. I did do that, so that was something fun that I did. Whole lot of time doing that stuff. So the current hunts I have started right now are the Fire Red, Leaf Green, Charmander, soft reset, Oaks Lab, gotta love him. He's not giving me a shiny Charmander, but it's okay. I am approaching 25 or 2600 resets, and I'm not going to say that I'm over it, because that just wouldn't be true, but I am ready to play those games. I've never played them before, and I would like to. Gen 2, so that is Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Again, I am dual hunting that one. I've got, I think, 980 resets right now, or I've seen like just under 3,000 Pokemon. So that's kind of fun, but also kind of not fun, because I also want to play those games. Haven't played those in a super long time, and if I am going to be playing every generation 1 through 9, I want to be able to play those games to go ahead and familiarize myself with Gen 2. Moving on, Gen 3, I will be playing the ORAS games, so Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Those two I know technically aren't the OG, that's why I kind of have it in air quotes here, but they're the only ones that I got. And I'm not going to go try and play Emerald, because frankly you can't even get a full living dex in Emerald. You need some of the other games for trade evos and stuff like that, and I don't have a second Game Boy nor the trading link. Now we got Generation 4. I'm going to be catching all of these Pokemon in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, because 1, it is much easier, 2, I think I'm almost already done with it, and 3, I've got a bunch of shiny hunts lined up for the Gen 4 games. The shiny hunt I am currently looking forward to the most is for Spiritomb. I have 5 copies of OG DS console Gen 4 Sinnoh game. Yeah, Gen 4 Sinnoh games. And I'm going to be hunting on 5 consoles for Spiritomb. I've never hunted on that many before. Definitely gonna have to break out the rubber bands just to go ahead and speed this along. But I want to try it. We've got Generation 5, so Black, White, Black 2, White 2. I'm going to be playing through those games, trying to do as many resets of those as possible, because I do want some Master Balls and want to try and catch some of the Pokemon in Master Balls if they're shiny legendaries. Obviously, I don't want to fail anything. My ego's too fragile to fail a shiny hunt right now. The biggest thing to me is Kyurem and Volcarona. Yes, obviously you can get both of those Pokemon in different games. Like, I'm sure you could hunt Kyurem in the Dynamax Adventures, and you could get Volcarona in, I think, Legend ZA, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it might be one of the Gen 9 games, I'm not too sure. But either way, I don't want to do that. I want to try and stick it with original hardware, and I've got a few copies so I can try and do some resets that way. That being said, Generation 6, X and Y, I've got one copy of each, which means we will be able to get all of the version exclusives and stuff like that. Going back to Generations Gen 4, I'm going to use my action replay. I know it's taboo to say that word, trying to be like a legitimate creator and stuff, but I want Shaman, Arceus, and Darkrai, and I'm not going to be able to get those any other way. Now, going on to Gen 7, we've got Ultra Sun, or Moon, Sun, Ultra Moon. Again, I've got all of those 4 games. I'm going to be playing them all, going to be shiny hunting in those as well. So my big goal is to try and create 2 separate versions, quote unquote, of the living decks. That way I can have one on the old hardware and one stored in Pokemon Home. It is going to be way longer than I probably want it to be, but that's okay though, because it's a grind. It's not, you know, an instant gratification type of ordeal here. Then we've got Generation 8, the Galar region. Probably one of my favorite, it's definitely my favorite Switch title Pokemon game. The DLC plus the actual mainline story game, the Isle of Armor was just okay, but the Crown Tundra was awesome. And I don't think anyone disagrees with me. The Crown Tundra pretty much made that game. But I'm going to be going ahead doing the exact same thing. I've got 2 copies. Actually, I got 3, I think. I've got both copies, or both different variants of the Gen 8 games. And I'm going to be getting living decks for both of those. That way we get every single Generation 8 Pokemon, and we make some serious progress this year in the max decks. Skipping Generation 9, obviously, you know, you can catch so many Pokemon. I will be getting the Generation 9 full living decks. However, most of the Pokemon are not unique to Gen 9. Most of them are actually from other generations, and I think there's only like 80 different Pokemon that I would actually have to catch. However, for the Shiny Charm and stuff like that, I will be, quote, catching them all, as I would be doing with every other game. So that is the kind of biggest first topic I've got for the 2026 goals I've set for myself. Another big one is to go ahead and complete all of the shiny hunts that I've started, and then I've got a list of obviously quite a few that I want to go ahead and where's the repeat one? There you go. That I want to go ahead and start up once I finish the current hunts. I'm praying that Fire Red, Leaf Green, I don't go over like 12,000, because then I really think I am going to be sick and tired of button mashing. And frankly, the Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Fire Red, Leaf Green, those will be the only starter hunts I probably will do. Everything else, I am just going to Masuda method for the starters. I can't really be bothered. Going over all of the hunts that I am currently doing, I mentioned the first 2 starter hunts. I'm also doing in Generation 8 Masuda method hunts for Score Bunny and for Sobble. I got my shiny Sobble in an egg, obviously Masuda method. I think it's probably my most, my favorite method for Gen 8. And I went ahead had a bunch of eggs ready, and I got it in 74 eggs. Very, very uncommon. Have a bunch of eggs left over, so I'm going to go ahead, hunt those as well, see what I can find. And then we are also not actively, but I did find the route for Shiny Thundurus in the Dynamax lair. So going ahead, trying to get that as well. But yeah, it's really just those 5 hunts. I was actually doing a fossil hunt here in Brilliant Diamond, but I decided that I don't want to do it anymore. If I do that, I think I will gather loads of the same fossil as opposed to what I was doing currently. So yeah, that's about it though. As for hunts I want to do in 2026, I know I mentioned the Spiritomb and the Kyurem in Black and White. I also want to get Shiny Fion in BDSP, so that'll be a Masuda hunt. I want to Shiny Hunt Arceus, and I want to Shiny Hunt Darkrai and Shaman, all in the Gen 4 games, along with Dialga and Palkia. Wow, Max wasn't kidding. He's going to be hunting in Gen 4 a lot. Yeah, I know, I did it to myself. I do have a few more hunts that I want to do, but honestly, these will be taking up so much of my time, along with leveling up Pokemon in the background in the Switch titles to go ahead, get them up to level 100. That way I can keep them in Pokemon Home and have them all kind of be where I want them to be. Yeah, I'm super excited for 2026. I've got a lot of stuff planned. My wife and I just recently bought a home. As you could tell, the background is not anything you have seen before. So we did end up buying a house. We want to actually go ahead and start a kind of family, almost YouTube channel. So you guys are going to be seeing content on all sorts of different platforms, but I am going to be keeping them separate, just in case, you know, you don't care about my personal life. I don't blame you. I'm not the most interesting guy, but I do like YouTube, always wanted to be a content creator, and so here I am, sitting in front of you today. Pretty please give this video a thumbs up, and let me know if you are shiny hunting or what 2026 goals you have after almost the first quarter of the year is now over. Have you changed your goals from the first day of the year, your New Year's resolutions for yourself? Or are you like me and you had to wait, see what happened with life to go ahead and kind of figure out what you really wanted to do? As always, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.